Hello and welcome. My name is Dimitrios Delas. Today I want to show you a few exercises you can do while sitting and having everyone else watch you at the same time. So the most important thing here is that I'm going to show you simple things that you can do without feeling awkward. Remember the videos out there that show you stuff like chair yoga where you bend to the side. Not every one of us feels comfortable doing that in public places, metro stations, in the office, or wherever you have other people watching you. So the best thing to do is start out small and then gradually increase the range of motion until you feel a little more comfortable. Now remember, no matter what I show you here, standing up and actually walking is the best solution against sitting, alright? Whatever exercise you do while you sit is just there to help you move your joints just slightly. All right, let's begin. First of all, find a position where you can actually have a straight spine. Most of the time, we tend to just hunch forward a little, all right, whether it be reading a book or in front of the PC typing stuff. And the first thing you have to do is become aware of your posture and try to straighten up yourself. The first couple of weeks, it might feel a little stiff, you might feel uncomfortable and unnatural, but this is just because you got used to this position here, right, which feels a lot better to you. And of course it does because you have been training it for months or even years. The knees should face like 45 degrees outward so that your hip sockets actually feel a little more comfortable and relaxed. You should feel your weight on your chair, and from here we start very simple. Move one foot, left, right. That's it. No need to do all this here. Other foot. All right. Now someday when you starting to feel more comfortable in your movements, you might want to actually do this thing because it increases a lot more the movement of the joint and it's definitely a lot healthier. We start small. When I started to do these exercises, I had to do small because I kept thinking like, what is everyone else thinking when he's watching me when I do every sort of movement here? All right. Next up, let's try something for the knees. The only thing we want to do here at the start is just move the legs, the thighs in and out, left and right. You can even just start with one leg first and then move the other, and at some point both. After that, let's do something for the hips. Now normally what I tend to do is trying to do circling motions here. All right, it looks like as if the belly is moving, all right, but I'm actually moving the pelvis itself, even if the upper body is doing something too. All right, let's start it simple. Move to the left and right and try to think of as if lifting one side of the pelvis up, like you're almost not touching your chair. When you keep the upper body in the center, it looks like this. You see not much is visible there, alright? My shoulders might be moving slightly, but I'm actually contracting the muscles of my lower back and the buttocks. Now, most important thing of all is to do something for your wrists. Your wrists will be busy all the time and probably in this position here, which makes all the muscles here on the lower part of your arm stiff, as well as the upper part way too tense. What you want to do is to first get your head back from the keyboard, from your mouse, or even from a book if you're reading something, and then start moving the wrists slightly. Palms can show upward, they can show downward. You can even leave your arms hanging like this here on the side, alright, and then just move the hands. Alright, obviously you can't see a lot, just close the legs. And then the other direction. Again, if you start feeling more comfortable with this exercise, you move on to the next, interlock your fingers and do circling motions with your wrists. This is a lot more intense for the wrists. And other direction. Now, next part, shoulders. You might want to start with one shoulder first and move then one by one. First the right one, then the left one. First circle back. Do it as small as you like. If you still feel uncomfortable, like everyone is watching you, then do it even smaller. Alright, just so you can feel it. Notice the tiny movements your shoulder is doing. Alright, it's obvious that on the camera not much is happening. It's one of the best ways to start. And then other direction. You can choose the duration. If you do all exercises just for 1 minute in the beginning, you are on a very good path to healing. And you increase the range of motion. Or maybe both at the same time. And now, for the neck muscles. Your head needs to move backwards to the side and also rotate the same spot. Now, again here, in order to start small, you might want to put your arms into this position as if you're thinking or still looking at the screen, and then just move your head to one side, to the other. Now, I don't recommend in the beginning doing this exercise just statically, right? Do this a little dynamically. 1, 2, then maybe to the center. Do something else and then repeat that exercise. Alright, of course, if you feel super confident and comfortable with where you are at, you can just move your head for 1 minute left and right, right? Just make sure you don't force it too much and just move with whatever resistance is there and don't go beyond it. After that, you do the same way, twisting to the left and right. You can try to look a little up, but mainly the twisting to the side is the most important part. And this one here. Take 2, maybe 3 seconds to look to the side. Notice how your neck muscles respond and how far away you can actually look to the side. Can you look over your shoulder? Can you look back without having to move the eyes? Just notice how your neck muscles are responding. And back to the center. Now the next one is my favorite, because our heads are usually always this position here, and this leads to neck tension. At some point you might not even notice the neck tension because your muscles are so stiff, but it will replicate, it will go down into your upper or lower back. So when your upper back starts feeling stiff, know that this can also happen because your neck muscles are way too stiff. So let's alleviate a little stiffness there. Move your head back, just like this. Don't need much of an angle. Alright. When you look forward and up, you should still be able to see the screen just slightly on the corner of your eyes. And then back forward. Up and back forward. You can even combine this a little with looking slightly to the left, forward, slightly to the right, forward. Alright. Try to look for something. Alright. If you're not sure if you should this movement or not, or what the purpose of it is, just do it for a week. Try it out. Alright. But still, the best exercise of all is to just get up and walk.